Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Madam Anyone. I'm back with you again. Today is going to be a little different. I'm going to kind of revert back to, when I first started my page. And it's only because, for the simple fact, is that, when you try to leave a situation alone, as far as your platform is concerned, and not putting anything on your platform about a person to, catch them in their lie, um, you tend to, just try to fall back and be cool about the situation. Yeah, of course, you want to talk about it on other platforms with other people that have a direct input on the situation. And what I'm basically talking about is the situation with Tiffany, uh, A.K.A. Mona, A.K.A. Sage the Brain. Basically, was a model for her. I was a model for her for a short time. But I had been working, well, not working, but like going back and forth in private with her through DMs and, other messaging sites or whatnot. Just passing information along and stuff like that. You know, since I'm no longer a part of the Brain Nation, she brings little things out. She made a statement to the fact that she was coming to my hometown, for a business trip, like, that was supposed to instill fear into someone. She has said, oh, we fake and this, that, and the third, and bop, bop, bop. And, I just find it funny that before, your lies was exposed, you was, really appreciative of a person, a person was really amazing and all this type stuff. And, and how thirsty you were, for me to, any information that I had on other individuals, even people in the, Brain Nation. You'll see what I'm talking about from what I post on here, what I put on here in this video. Um, she was asking me to get her information on other people, get her screenshots of other people that were in the chat. In regards to her, saying that she didn't contact nobody or she didn't read no messages or anything. In regards to before she went in the hospital, which was on the 1st, I believe, I can show from something that I sent her about another person's live, um, SB live, when she got in the chat and she was like, oh, my channel was dead. This is before she even tried to fake her own death or whatever the case was. I sent her the live and, she answered it. And the only reason why I know she answered it, because when you get on Facebook and if you're looking at a person's message, you can tell if they send you a message or not, because their icon will slide downward towards what you sent them. So only in the reference of that, I'm going to post that one on there just to prove a point. It's nothing in disrespect to SB. I am definitely down with Club Chat. Got the most love for SB and Club Chat. So please, anyone that, goes to Sean's lives, please do not take this as offense or that I was getting information for him or whatever the case was, because it was not in that type of terms as far as SB was concerned. So let me just say that. You think you try to build a quote unquote friendship with a person, based on, what they tell you and what you see from a person. But it's also true to say that as time goes on, you really do get to see another person for who they are. Their real colors come to light and they expose themselves. And that's basically what happened with Tiffany. She, did the best that she could with, you know, with the amount of time that I knew her. Basically, the background with that is that I met her through Facebook, and it was one of the lives that she did on Facebook. And from there, I followed her from Facebook to YouTube. I was already on the platform on YouTube, but not in this sector. I'm in the gaming sector as well. So, it kind of tied in with that. As time went on, we built a rapport. I would send her information and screenshots and stuff. Like, I was the person that was working in behind the scenes. I was never in, like, really what you call the forefront and bad. So most people wouldn't even pay me no attention and notice me, which is pretty good because I like it like that. Nobody ever suspects the person that ain't out in the forefront. So, yeah, basically I sent her information, screenshots, recordings, and stuff like that. And the thing was, I must say, the reason why I did so was because for a moment there, I really was, really riding for Mona. Because at first, when I was, first met her and stuff, it was more so was that like, why is all these people coming for you and the negative things that they would say. But as time went on, I began to see, and I began to see what people were talking about. And for a lot of people, they tend to think like, oh, people can't be trusted. They said that about Goddess. They said that about Leah. They said that about Dree and people that are like ex-members of the Brain Nation. And the thing is, even in real life, the same thing can happen. You can meet a person, y'all can be friends for years, decades even, and also family as well. And they will, shit on you the first chance they get, lie to you and throw you underneath for the bus. But for some reason, people tend to like not equate that into it because it's YouTube, and they look at people, oh, you were green and this, that, and the third, and whatever the case was. But that was never the issue. Never the issue whatsoever. But I mean, to each his own. Everybody has their opinion. But I'm just basically posting these little bit of screenshots that I had to basically just prove a point. You say we were never friends. You say, this and that about, the people that actually wrote for you, even the ones that wrote for you in the background. When, in conversations, you were a totally different person, and the fact that you were actually asking, oh, could you please, get this information on this person, get this information on that person, and stuff like that, which you will see. And also as far as, Tiffany saying her name was Tiffany, she actually has if people haven't seen it, they actually have identification with, her name, Mona Simone, on there. So, I'm not doing this to be malicious. I'm not doing this to be nasty. I really don't have any personal hard feelings towards her. I'm not even really mad at her, actually. It's just, a lie's a lie, and I never built any of my foundations on a lie. I never tried to mislead anyone that I've chosen to deal with or become concerned with, friends with, because where I come from, loyalty is everything. And you don't betray a person, you know, for anything stupid. You know, you don't stop fucking with a person just because you stop fucking with a person. You stop fucking with a person for a reason, because you seen through their bullshit. And that's basically my whole thing with me as a person. I don't not fuck with you if, you know, you do something fucked up. And she definitely did something fucked up. She did say in her live that she didn't speak with anybody. I spoke with her on April 2nd when she was in the hospital, when she was in the mental institution. I spoke to her. I spoke to her with Leah and everything. And pretty much from there, I made up my fucking mind, because Goddess was the first one that was out. She was like, fuck that, I'm done. And then she got in contact with Leah, and Leah was like, look, you can't leave Madam. And then, you know, they came back for a bitch. So it is what it is. But I kind of figured it out, and I would have done it sooner. I would have done it, you know, even if they didn't come back, I would have done it eventually. But just the fact that they came back to inform me about what was going on, for me, it really speaks to their character and their genuineness as, you know, the people that they are. And so, with that being said, I'm gonna put on a couple of, you know, slides or whatever. Take your time, enjoy, read. It may be information. It's not really tea. It's just to prove a point that, bitch, you was shucking and jiving in the messages, you know, giving motherfuckers high praise, but yet now, you know, a bitch is jealous and envious of you. I see no man or no woman, especially no woman, as competition, because I stand in my own and I'm secure with mine. So, with that being said, here comes the clips.
Y'all niggas better not be coming around me with that Bugatti on, you know? Got that thing where you around, you know? you coming around me with that fugazi on, you know.